Frederick County residents could get $10,000 off a new Nissan Leaf by bringing their electric bill with them to the car dealership. Younger Nissan of Frederick is one of 18 Nissan dealerships, and the only one in Frederick County, participating in a special discount program for the 2017 Nissan Leaf S, SV and SL models. Potomac Edison customers qualify for the discount, and need to bring an electric bill and promotional flyer to qualify for the discount paid for by Nissan. The all-electric vehicle has a range of 107 miles on a single charge of its lithium-ion battery. Potomac Edison calculated it would cost $3.09 to fully charge the vehicle with its current rates, and gas would need to be less than $1.15 a gallon to be a cheaper option. Nissan also provides 2 years of complimentary charging, said Cynthia Maves, Nissan's electric vehicle fleet business development manager. Maves drove a Leaf from Baltimore to Frederick for the kickoff event at Younger Nissan on Monday. She had 70 miles of range left when she arrived, she said. Occasionally, she gets range anxiety, a fear that the car won't be able to reach its destination or a charging station, but the Leaf warns the driver when the battery has 16 miles of power left, and Nissan offers an app that maps charging stations, she said. Regenerative braking also comes standard on the car and recharges the battery whenever the driver brakes. This makes it an ideal commuter and in-town car for stop-and-go conditions. Two groups of people are generally attracted to the Leaf, said Steve Latour, a sales representative at Younger Nissan. The first are drivers who want to use the HOV lanes and get to work faster. The second are engineers and scientists. They love the car and love the concept. They'll buy it like a Harley, Latour said. The car ranges from $32,000 to $37,000 before incentives. On top of the $10,000 discount, buyers could also qualify for up to $7,500 in federal electric vehicle tax credits and a one-time Maryland excise tax credit of up to $3,000. Potomac Edison agreed to pair up with Nissan for the late summer incentive to support emerging electric vehicle and battery technologies, said Jim Sears, vice president of Potomac Edison, who was also at Monday's kickoff event. I certainly see the technology becoming more popular and viable, Sears said. Despite the growing popularity of electric vehicles, the cars are dispersed across the state in such a way that they have no immediate impact on the electrical grid, Sears said. Over time, eventually, you could theoretically see an increased load on our system, Sears said. The city of Frederick agreed in May to spend $70,000 to develop an electric vehicle plan with Energetics Incorporated to potentially build electric vehicle charging infrastructure at the 5 city-owned garages, alongside on-street parking and in private lots. The sale ends September 30th or when supplies at the dealerships run out, Maves said. Nissan also plans to reveal its redesigned 2018 Nissan Leaf in September. Cars like the BMW i3, Nissan Leaf and Renault Zoe have shown that there are no space compromises demanded by electric cars. And, especially for drivers who spend most of their time in towns and cities, electrified cars can save a great deal of money on fuel and road taxes relative to petrol and diesel rivals. Charging an electric car is certainly much cheaper than filling up a petrol or diesel car. Based on an electricity cost of 10p per kilowatt-hour, it will cost just £3 to fully power up a Nissan Leaf. A quick charge on the motorway will take the batteries up to 80% of their total capacity for about £6. Even range anxiety is becoming less of a problem, with the latest generation electric cars capable of some 150 real-world miles on a single charge. Buying an electrified car. It's a fact that electric and plug-in hybrid cars cost more new than conventionally engined cars, but government grants will narrow that price gap. Cars emitting under 50 grams per kilometer of CO2 and able to run for at least 70 miles just on electric power qualify for a £4,500 grant. One that will do between 10 and 69 miles on electric power will get a £2,500 grant. Then there are the incentives of around £2,000 that car makers like BMW and Mercedes are offering for scrappage trade-ins on older diesel cars. But which type of electric car should you buy? A welter of jargon has sprung up to confuse buyers, so let's try and untangle that. Alternatively fueled vehicle, any car that doesn't solely rely on a conventional petrol or diesel engine. EV, full EVs, or electric vehicles, run only on electric power, like the Nissan Leaf. Rather than a normal engine, they are driven by a battery-powered electric motor charged from a mains power source. These EVs escape road tax and the London congestion charge. Hybrid electric vehicle, HEV/hybrid. These cars, like a Toyota Prius, combine a normal petrol or diesel engine with a battery-powered electric motor. They don't need to be plugged in anywhere as the power for the battery is created by the engine and through regenerative braking. These cars can run on electric power alone, but usually only for 20 to 30 miles. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, PHEV, cars like the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV work like normal hybrids, blending conventional and electric power, but there is one key difference: you have to plug their batteries into an external power source. They have a longer range than normal EVs, and still escape the London congestion charge. Hydrogen electric vehicle, these cars mix hydrogen with oxygen in a fuel cell to create electric power. Very few are around because they are very expensive. Toyota's Mirai is £65,000 and you need to plan your journeys carefully as there are only 8 hydrogen charging stations in the UK. Batteries. Kilowatt-hour. Kilowatt-hours is the measurement used for electric car battery capacity. The 85 kilowatt-hours battery in the Tesla Model S 85D gives it a real-world range of around 250 miles, so it's averaging 34 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles. Another less common measurement of battery capacity is ampere-hours. 1 ampere-hour is less than 1 kilowatt-hour. BMW i360i model is equivalent to 22 kilowatt-hours. Lithium-ion, the most common form of battery for electric and hybrid cars. As with a laptop or mobile phone, the capacity declines over time and over the number of recharges. It's quite a slow decline though. In cars, the batteries should retain around 80% of their original capacity after 8 years of daily use. Charging. There are 3 ways to charge your electric car or plug-in hybrid: via main socket, a wall box fitted at your home, or a public charging station. The 3 charger types are slow, 3 kilowatts, fast, 7 to 22 kilowatts, and rapid, 43 to 50 kilowatts. The higher the number, the faster the charge rate. Most electric cars come with a Type 2 Manic 7pin plug, though some like the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV can be had with a 5-pin Type 1 plug. Cables be obtained to allow Type 1 plug cars to be charged by a Type 2 charger. Charging via a regular 3-pin mains plug can be done, but it will take much longer. Get an expert to check your house electrics to make sure they're okay. Wallbox home chargers vary from slow, 3 kilowatts, to faster, and more expensive, 7 kilowatts units. A 3 kilowatts charger will fill up a Leaf in 6 to 8 hours, while the 7 kilowatts unit will take 3 to 4 hours. Public chargers are usually in car parks, motorway service stations, or tourist spots and hotels. They usually fall into the fast or rapid categories. Ecotricity is one of the main motorway EV charging providers. It charges £6 for a 30-minute rapid charge, Good for an 80% fill on a Nissan Leaf.
Nissan Leaf 2018 is just a few weeks away from being revealed. Ahead of its September 6 debut, there has been a lot of anticipation about the new EV. There is more pressure on Nissan to deliver with the new Leaf after the successful and much-hyped release of the new Tesla Model 3, which arrived last month. In the latest teaser for the car, Nissan revealed a new zero-emissions badge, a glimmer of the rear exterior and the rear light design. Nissan has claimed that the new Leaf will be packed with their most advanced technologies and will raise the bar for the electric vehicle market. The zero-emissions vehicle has been the most popular EV in the UK for a number of years, but with advancements in the market segment and more competition, the new car needs to deliver on more than stellar technology. Range anxiety is still the biggest problem for many would-be EV drivers, as they don't believe that an electric car can support their lifestyle. Previous generation Leafs have not breached the 200-mile range, and with the 24 kilowatts battery achieving a theoretical range of 124 miles of charge, and the 30 kilowatts delivers 155 miles. With the Model 3 producing around 220 miles with its standard battery and 310 miles with the long-range battery pack, then Nissan will need to produce a car with range closer to the 200 mark to compete. In addition to this, with the lower price point, they will be aiming to draw some potential customers away from Tesla. From initial reports about the car's specs and leaked pictures, we know that it sports a more conventional exterior design. It looks heavily influenced by the new Nissan Micra, which was unveiled earlier this year. Nissan has said that the car is lower to the ground, which allows zero lift and better stability when traveling at higher speeds. With the exterior having such drastic redesign, we imagine that it will be a similar story inside the vehicle, although no images have yet been released of the car's interior. Leaf will come with ProPilot when it debuts, which allows for autonomous driving capabilities such as parking itself, control the braking, steering and acceleration. One of the most unique features of the new car has to be the new e-pedal technology. This turns the accelerator into an e-pedal, which allows drivers to accelerate, decelerate and stop with just the one pedal. Nissan has said that the e-pedal will be suitable for 90% of the driver's needs and will make driving simpler and more engaging. Leaked specs earlier this month by Autobiddle revealed the 2018 would come with a base 40 kWh battery pack for around 165 miles of range. There are rumors that there will be a higher capacity 60 kilowatts battery which can produce over 200 miles of range, but there has been no official confirmations about the vehicle's range. The new Leaf 2018 will debut on September 6 and the event will be live-streamed online.